It's a lot of people that has just went through the ringer of life. You can look at some people and there's a blank stare. There's nobody there. They've lost all hope. They've just given up.
I wasn't ready or prepared, mentally prepared to see what I saw out there in the water. I really never saw like an actual dead body in water or in its original state before, I was taken back from the smells and things like that. And so that affected me, and I didn't know at that time that it did until I got home. I didn't know what moral injury was.
I was able to put on a mask. I was able to pretend that nothing bothered me, that it didn't affect me. I always said that I knew I would come home in one piece. I did, and I didn't.
It is simple. It's not that hard to pull a trigger. It's dealing with it afterwards.
We were broken, and we didn't even know we were broken. You're homeless. You're dealing with your kids. You're dealing with rent. You're dealing with the VA, your healthcare, so many outside things. When can you fix your inner being? When can you fix yourself?
In 2017, Volunteers of America began a series of small and intensive groups known as Resiliency Strength Training. The veterans in these groups work together to address issues surrounding their moral injuries. I'm Jillian Boyd, and I am the administrator of the program.
An untreated moral injury, this invisible wound that is left to fester,
I lost a lot of friends.
can result in many destructive behaviors. Alcohol and drug use are prominent in people that have these traumas and moral injuries. Oftentimes, in the process of exploring the wounds, we discovered that there is profound damage and moral injury amongst the veteran population.
They address these issues through a series of journaling, art, music, relaxation exercises, and actively listening to one another's pain and validating that experience in silence. It's a very moving, intense process. For some, it was doing things that were against their own belief system. For instance, having to kill. They were doing what they were supposed to do as a soldier, but it was against their own moral conscience. The result of that can be many, many things, from feeling like a monster, suicidal ideation, not feeling fit to return to their families, and the list goes on.
I tried to put all of the things that were going on in my head to try to suppress them. And the more I suppressed them, the angrier I got, the more lonely I got.
I overdosed trying to find a solution to my problems. So it was pretty serious for me. Morally, I was just broken down. I didn't believe in myself. No goals, no drive, just using.
I want to get back to being a person who feels like I can trust people, that they're not out to get me.
How do you keep yourself out of trouble with... It's not just veterans who experience moral injury. People who are homeless experience the trauma of watching others become physically assaulted. They watch others get raped. They watch others get robbed. And not only do they watch it, but it happens to them. It's like being in a combat zone, all the stuff that happens on the streets. Moral injury means giving up. giving up the idea that you are ever going to participate in society again, giving up on planning, on living, on existing. So we can house individuals, we can put them in shelter, but if we don't give them the tools to help them process moral injury, they will never be able to release themselves from that prison. With homelessness, there's no silver bullet. But we keep finding ways to help the most vulnerable people in our community. Because with what we're learning about moral injury, we think we found another piece to the puzzle.
I don't even know how to put it into words how amazing it was. I had come into the light and I felt like I could breathe again.
You're with people that are struggling to share. You're with people that just want to belong and just want to be supported and loved. And me too.
You know what? Actually, like when I went to the training, people were calling me a man. They were calling me caring. They were calling me wise. And those are words that I never really heard before. And so to be able to hear that from strangers and just to know that I can trust these people, they don't get nothing from me. They're just trying to help me, be a support. That really helped me out because at least I know that I'm worthy now.
What we attempt to create is that place where the person gets in touch with their heart again and remembers who they truly are.
And so it's much more than just addressing the outward situation. We got to go into the soul and try to help reconcile the damage.